My name is Korthax Valiem, and I was the supreme military commander of the Zinthran Empire. Before I witnessed what happens when humanity stops holding back. I had conquered 17 systems. I had commanded fleets of thousands. I had reduced entire civilizations to ash and thought myself a master of warfare. The humans taught me I was playing with toys while they had been restraining monsters. It started with New Eden, a small human colony, barely 2 million souls. Agricultural world, minimal defenses. We gave them the standard ultimatum: surrender or be destroyed. They requested 48 hours to evacuate their children. We laughed. We gave them 12. That was our first mistake. When we arrived, the colony was silent. Empty. We thought they'd fled. My lieutenant, Zektar, suggested it was proof of human cowardice. We landed our occupation force, 50,000 of the Empire's finest warriors. The humans hadn't fled. They'd gone underground. Every single one. What followed wasn't a battle. It was a masterclass in the difference between warfare and survival. The ground itself became our enemy. Tunnels appeared beneath our formations, swallowing entire units. The colonists had spent their 12 hours not fleeing, but turning their entire world into a weapon. Fertilizer became explosives. Farm equipment became implements of massacre. Children's toy drones became surveillance networks that tracked our every move. But that wasn't what broke us. That came on day 3. We'd finally cornered a group of humans in what we thought was a supply bunker. Instead, we found their children. All of them. Every single young human on the planet, gathered in one place. Our moment of hesitation, that split second of considering them as leverage, was when we learned what humanity unleashed meant. The adults didn't negotiate. They didn't threaten. They simply stopped being human and became something else. Something that had once hunted megafauna with pointed sticks. Something that had survived ice ages through pure, bloody-minded determination. A farmer named Robert Chun killed 3 of my elite guards with a sharpened shovel while taking 17 plasma rounds to center mass. He kept moving for 43 seconds after his heart was destroyed. The medical officer couldn't explain it. Spite, the human prisoner said later. He was running on pure spite. A teacher, rigged an entire schoolhouse to collapse on our command post. When we caught her, she was singing nursery rhymes while bleeding from 13 wounds. A doctor named Emily Wright turned our own wounded into weapons, using captured medical supplies to create biological horrors that made our warriors beg for death. But the worst was the mayor, an elderly woman named Margaret Thompson. When we finally captured her, she smiled and said 6 words that haunt me still. "You made us stop being nice." That's when Earth's real military arrived. Not the peacekeepers we'd seen before. Not the diplomats with guns. The ones they keep locked away. The ones they deploy when all rules cease to matter. They didn't announce themselves. Cities simply started disappearing. Our fleet received no warnings, no ultimatums. Ships would go dark, and when we investigated, we'd find them intact, but empty. Every living thing aboard simply gone. They turned our own technology against us. Our shields became prisons. Our weapons fired backward. Our life support systems began producing neurotoxins. And through it all, not a single human ship appeared on our sensors. When High Command finally ordered retreat, we'd lost 300,000 warriors. The humans had lost 400 civilians. As we fled, the human admiral sent one message. This was us being restrained. We stopped at your military. We could have targeted your worlds. Your families. Remember that, Mercy. I later learned that humanity has a saying. The difference between a human at war and a human unleashed is the difference between a storm and an apocalypse. Storms pass. Apocalypses leave nothing behind. I believe them. I've seen them hold back, follow rules, show mercy even in victory. But I've also seen what happens when you threaten their young, when you push them past civilized, when you make them remember what they really are. They're not warriors. They're survivors. And that's infinitely more terrifying.